Hey there guys, Charlie here. Welcome back to Prison Architect. We just had a pretty big riot. It is now being kind of calmed, cooled down hopefully. Only four are left, but we had, I don't know, a couple hundred people kind of acting up. We had, I think up here in the counter was around like 170, but again, it gets quelled pretty quickly. It also kind of rose up and started pretty quickly, so I went ahead and I got the riot police in. The whole group was like making its way this way, because this is like the quickest route to get out of the prison if you're rioting. So I had a whole bunch of these guys. I just bring them into the front. I don't even bother like bringing them around the prison anymore. I just kind of look and see where the crowd is heading. And then I just kind of bring the riot police in to stand in the way. And so they kind of move around as they need to go after certain prisoners. And once the riot is complete, we just go ahead and send them back on their way. Pretty easy to do. For some reason, they are not taking this route. They're going to go all the way around through the kitchen, looks like. No. I don't know where they're going. Maybe around here, probably. Something like that. To get to their car, which is not here anymore. Well, okay, the riot started... I reloaded the game after the riot had already like almost ended, so I guess the car isn't there anymore. But lots of blood, lots of injuries to take care of. I'm sure our excellent medical staff will take care of that as they see fit. We are getting very close to our 500 capacity milestone. This is the final grant in the game. Take a look really quick at our progress here. Cell block E, 30,000 bucks we get once this is complete, and then we're all said and done after that. Needs are pretty high for clothing, but it is raining and everyone is outside because they just started to do their thing in the riot. Safety needs way up because there was just a riot. Of course, a lot of these people are going to end up in solitary, so we're going to have a lot of needs problems for a little while. That's just the way it's going to have to be. As far as our gang situation goes so far... hang on, let me make sure there's no legendaries sneaking their way into general population here. I don't think so. Notice how, like, if I go to the gang screen, notice how, like, there are some gang members that are out here this way. There are some of them, but pretty much all the gangs are in the inner city, right? The suburbs don't really get the gangs. So I think cell quality ratings is, I'm hoping that it's working really well, because I think this is a good indication that it is working, because these guys are kind of... You know, they're not over in the suburbs. Speaking of the suburbs, it's nighttime, so it's not quite the best time to show you, but I guess. I'm working on a few things here. Let's get the staff door kind of there, and then there's another door that I need to put there. So I'm getting these cells built out. We got a workshop that's going in right here, which is really nice because it'll be really close to the forestry, which is nice. I'm also going to need to build a fence right through here because I don't want the prisoners to have access to this area. So, got to start on a fence. So let's get a fence built kind of all the way around the perimeter, I think. Makes sense anyway to me. So if I put a fence, actually all the way down here would be fine. Then a little gap. And all the way down here. Maybe we go one in. Maybe we go one in just to kind of keep the... Nah, because the grass is going to get split anyway. There's always this grass is green on the other side kind of thing, right? Maybe that's what we should do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm talking about there, but I'm going to do one in. So here you have this, go one in, and then the fence. I like this better, I think. All the way down to here. Come on, game. Yeah, you got it. Okay. That'll delete all these little trees. That's fine. Let's get the forestry designations for this area to no longer be here. So no forestry there, and no forestry here. So this will stop them from, you know, redoing it. And I don't think I need a fence along this road because I'm just going to put a gate here. I'm just going to put like a jail door here. So if I just put a jail door there, I'll flip it around. Hopefully that makes it open this direction. I'm not sure which direction it's going to open, but I'm hoping it does that. And then we'll flip it around again. And actually, this side just needs... I'm going to make this side a solitary door, I think. Just because I can. There we go. Now, I'm going to need on this side anyway, I'm gonna need to have a remote door servo. That's what I'm looking for. Door servo here. So how about we just kind of do it like this? Come on. Come on. I clicked. There it goes. Electrical cable, we'll run this out to here. So it gives us some power. Utilities is pretty much ran through this place now. There's a couple of places I still have to work on, like right there. And the new buildings that I just put in, so these buildings here. And then the workshop is gonna need... Actually, I probably shouldn't have done this. This probably shouldn't happen. Let's see. Let's go around the building with this one. Now this one is gonna power all of the workshop machines, but we're gonna have a power switch on this. I'm not sure this is the best place for it, so let's maybe put the machines in before we do this. So we want saws and presses. I'm not sure how many people can work in this size space, so I'm gonna maybe put some saws in like this. That should be fine. Yeah, that'll be fine. And then we'll put another saw, I think, right next to that here and here. Let's get some presses there. And come on. There we go. There, there, there. And I don't think any carpentry tables are needed here. I guess if one fits here, I guess we'll put it here since it fits. But other than that, I don't think we need any. Yeah, we'll be fine without that. So, or if I put another one, it'll probably be here, I guess. It doesn't really look like it's lined up, but I think maybe just the one is fine for now. We need some tables in here. Put those all on the bottom here. That should be fine. Come on, game. You got this. There you go. Okay, I think what I want to do is have the power switch be like on the wall here. So if that's the case, then I'm going to need this dismantled. And then instead, we'll have this power come up through like this, and then we'll have it run through that power switch. Come on. Yep. And then we'll hook all the stuff up to power it that way. So workmen have a lot of work to do. I've got a whole bunch of stuff queued up for them, so they're going to be busy for quite some time. This is going to be a staff room, so this requires a sofa. Ooh, actually, this is too small. Is it too small? I think it is. Yeah, it's only 3. Well, it was supposed to be a staff room. Maybe I'll make it a storage room instead. It's still going to need electricity, though. Yeah, I think maybe we'll just make this one a storage room. It's easier that way for now. You can always put another... Where is it? Storage. Storage. There you are. Come on. Sorry. The game was going to glitch out. It was going to give me time to find it, is what it was doing. It's completely intentional, I'm sure. Let's put the grass in here. And then along here as well, all around the edge. Put the grass in here like this, too. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, over here, I want to put in... this is going to be a staff room. This is big enough, so we'll just do that. I don't really give a whole lot of care as to what it looks like in there, so give it a wood floor and call it good. This is supposed to be a cell, so we'll get a cell going on here. And then this is gonna storage, so we need another staff room here too. So how about we grab just a brick building. It needs to be 4x4 on the inside minimum, so how about we put it like up here? Put one, maybe we'll put one here. And then we can also stick another one maybe over here somewhere. Next to the storage room might be fine. Yeah, that's fine. It's big enough. Come on now. There we go. Okay. Now we'll take a staff door to there, and another staff door up to there. All right. Shall we proceed further? We have a laundry room here too, and I had the wall here. I've decided to extend it one out so that I could fit more ironing boards in. So now I need to demolish the walls here. And let's actually make that a priority. Then we can get other stuff in. Now all this electrical stuff is run throughout the whole prison, right? But we actually have a couple of gaps here where it doesn't have power. But the water isn't running yet. So we need to turn the water on. Now that is because this doesn't have power. So I guess we'll just kind of run like that. And then I'm gonna need more capacitors here. So I'm just gonna fill this up because I can afford it. So I might as well. I'll have that going too. And that's gonna allow me to see sort of where my actual gaps in the water are. I know there are a whole bunch of them because I haven't hooked the water up completely where it's supposed to go. Like things like this. But it's a little easier to tell where this stuff is a problem if I have them, you know, the little flashy blue lights. So if I can get rid of all the flashy blue lights that do have the pipes, then I'll know where I'm missing the pipes. That'll make me happier. Come on now. There you go. All right. Now you guys can see the performance issues I'm talking about because I'm using a new, well, it's not new, it's open source and it's not new at all. But I'm using Open Broadcaster to do these episodes for Prison Architect now because of Bandicam skipping out on me every time the game decides to do that little, you know, skip that it has, like this right here. Yep. And for whatever reason, OBS doesn't actually skip my voice when that happens, but Bandicam does. I don't know why that is, but so now you guys can see the way it is without having to like, have me edit. And I have been trying as best I can. I mean, it's pretty tedious to do it, so I haven't been doing it every time, but I have been best I can just editing through these skips so that you don't notice them. But I think I'm just gonna, for the sake of my own time and editing, I think I'm just gonna leave them in for now. So, because I am talking through them a bit. Okay, you guys are hooking that stuff up. It's good. I need the power lines drawn though. So if you could kindly put the power in, then that would be great. This one right here, specifically. Right there. All right. Let's take a look. Excuse me. Whoa, I'm losing my voice completely now. Isn't this great? This door is now, the servo's hooked up. So, yep, servo's hooked up. Let's get a control center to control this. How about up here? The door control. This is a primary door controller. I think I'm gonna have another security office over here too. But I think temporarily we just need somebody to manage this door. So I'm gonna connect it to this guy. There we go. That's gonna help you guys move through here just fine. Awesome. It says you don't have power, but the door servo's totally working. I'm gonna put a power cable there just so it doesn't tell me that anymore. Okay, still need a hookup there, so let's get that done. Still says it need a hookup here because I missed that, so let's get that done. And then every room should have power from that point. As soon as everybody hooks these up, every room should have power. Oh. There we go. But the water situation is the toughest part because the water has a limited range, so it's not able to get here, which is kind of a problem. It's not able to get this far either. So I'm gonna have to run this big line even further down than I wanted to. So we'll run it down to about here. And then we'll hook this up like that. Come on now. There we go. Hook this up there. That should take care of my water problems. It should. I'm hoping that it does. Now that this wall has been moved out of here, we can get the ironing boards in place. I know this is a lot of ironing boards, but we have a lot of laundry problems in this prison, and I'm hoping that the more laundries I have, the better. Kind of hoping. We'll see. Maybe we'll put some more laundry machines. Let's put like a couple more. I think that's fine. And we'll stick a basket in here. We'll stick one more like over here too. Call that good. It says it doesn't have power. Is that because... Okay, we'll run that there, I guess. Okay. So, 7 o'clock. Getting close to another intake. We're going to have 12 new prisoners joining our prison today. Oh, we have another door over here. I think for now we'll just open it but I'm probably going to need another servo, so I'm just going to get one installed. But for now, we'll just leave it locked open because these guys are getting tied up. Let's get another security office in here too. Let's go with, come on now, brick building. I'm not sure how big I want this. This room actually turned out really nice. Kind of like how this turned out. And this one here is 13 by 10. 13 by 10. So if I go, there we go. If I go 13 by 10, say maybe here. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. 13 by, space it out a little bit more. Could do like 13 by, it's not really necessary. 13 by 10 will work. So let's do that. Now we'll have a road coming in right through here, which will be kind of nice, I think. Maybe we'll make this too wide for now. There we go. Okay, workshop is there. We need a, where is it? There it is, metal detector, there. And that's gonna run through here, so that should get connected to power just fine. These need to be connected like that. And then we should be good on the workshop, which is good. All these cells are pretty much done. It's just about securing this area and making sure that we have staff on hand that are ready to do it. Yeah, and so I took out this door because it was a security risk. So now all these guys, they have to wait for the big gate to open, which pretty much requires like somebody to come through here usually, but I think this is actually hooked up to a door controller. Maybe not. Maybe not. I'll just open it. Either way, they're gonna have to, yeah, there's always somebody. There's always somebody trying to go through here. But it's okay. If they have to wait for a truck, they have to wait for a truck. It's not a big deal. Speaking of trucks, whoa, we are backed up. What is going on here? I have my workmen doing too much on the building, not enough on the exports. Okay. Maybe we make this area a priority for people. I don't know. There's lots of forestry stuff to do. Our forestries are more than adequate to handle pretty much any income we need, but I am dropping, my daily cash flow is dropping quite a bit because of all the construction I've been doing, which requires both time from the workmen as well as, well, money and cost for the materials as well. So sort of a net negative on the day probably, but we'll see. We've got plenty of cash. Need to extend this water line out a little bit. That should do it. Maybe let's get the water line running to the cell too. I'm not sure where this is gonna go. I think the door will probably be here. Okay, Chief. Okay, Chief. What's up? One of the spiritual leaders we bring in for our religious programs has been riling up the inmates with all kinds of hateful speech. They've been fired, but the prisoners will take some time to cool down. That's exactly what I was looking for. Because all these guys who go into the chapels, it's exactly what I wanted. For everyone to just be super riled up. So, great. Everyone's on free time, work schedules, everyone's in the chapels. Look at all the exports now. You take your workmen off of exports and they make a huge backup. I'm wondering if our intake is even, did our intake even happen? Or is there too many trucks for it to happen? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. There's always people to intake. All right, let's make some of these rooms now. Let's do a staff room here. If I ever find it. There it is. Staff room here. There we go. We're gonna do a kitchen here, but I don't want to assign the kitchen or the canteen until there's prisoners to do it. So, operate sorting desk. Interesting. So is a guard gonna do the sorting desk then? Since it's a staff-only area? I think that's what that means. No, it's not a staff-only area. Oh well. Let's turn this on to there. This is storage, I think. No, that's the kitchen. Well, the kitchen is going to be staff only, so we'll leave that alone. But we want to make the kitchen be. Oh, we don't need the kitchen to be a kitchen yet. We can do this as a yard. Yard here. Oh, come on. There we go. Yep, we got a sniper in here, so we're all set there. That's not a big deal. The door is like wide open though, so how about we close that? There we go. Now the snipers don't have keys, which really bugs me. They have staff keys, but not guard keys. That really bugs me. So in order to open this solitary door and get out, to go to a nearby armory, which is actually another consideration that I did not actually do. So maybe we should put an armory here too. Yeah, I think we need an armory here. So how about we grab... We don't need a very big building for this. So I'm going to make it be like... I'd like these trees though. I really want to keep them. Can I have... Maybe I'll have the armory just tacked onto the... Just add the armory onto the staff room. That's probably fine. There's not a minimum size for this, is there? Armory. No, there's not. It just needs the proper stuff in there, so. We'll get the armory added here, and then maybe we'll go with another door. Another solitary door here. And then we're going to need servos on this stuff, so I guess I'll put a servo there and a servo here. Okay, which direction is the store opening? That way. Okay. Let's put the servo on this side then. Yep. All right. I like these trees. I want them to stay. I don't want them to move. We need some stuff in the yard to keep the prisoners happy. I am gonna put a row of phones. That's not what I want. There we go. Row of phones there on the side. That's probably pretty good. Let's put some weight benches. Maybe we'll have them face the wall like this. And then like this. And then like this. And like this. And then maybe some, like a bench. Right next to the phones. We'll run this down like this, let's say. I don't know. Something that just keeps people somewhat happy. There. That's probably fine. Put another bench there. It's not necessary. Okay. Now we're going to take materials, and I want road to be... Do I want road or gravel? I think gravel. Let's do gravel through here and through here. This sort of outlines the path in the yard, like this. We can also kind of go down this way, I guess. Maybe cut that way. Around the benches, I guess. Why not? Then we'll add grass there, through here. Pretty much anywhere where the gravel has not been added, we'll put grass. So something like that. That'll be our yard. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and lock this open for now. Just so they don't have to deal with it. And let's make them have a priority on this stuff. We do need to export a bit. So maybe I shouldn't keep prioritizing things, because I kind of need my workmen to start maybe prioritizing some of this stuff, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. We got some trouble down here. Alex Parkin acting up as usual. Now, hang on. Why is this? It's because this is damaged. I need this repaired. That needs to be repaired ASAP. I don't like remote doors that can't open, because it means these guards cannot go through here to help, right? They're not going to be able to get through here, so I need them to... Actually, to prevent that from being a huge problem, let's prevent that from being a huge problem in the future by doing this right here. We'll add another door here. That should help. I can hear a cell being destroyed. I can hear it, but I don't see it. I'm looking for one of these blacked out cells to have damage being done to them. But I don't see it. Because normally you can see the damage being done. You know, you highlight things and you can see the damage. But I'm not seeing the damage. But I know it's happening. Oh, wait. Here it is. Can you go in there and check that out? Check out what's happening in that cell. There he is. I knew I could hear him. Oh, wait, he's got 3 dogs on him. Yeah, you're not doing anything there. Okay, we're gonna have a shakedown tonight for sure. That's gonna happen. And there's the prisoners. They just got brought in. Just now. That took forever. Took all day. Let's take a look at deployment. Nope. Intelligence. Thank you. Gangs. Couple more blues. 37, 30, and we have almost 100 gang members in our prison. Almost 1/5 of the prison is gang. Well, currently 1/5 of the prison is a gang. So that's nice. Got a couple of question marks here. I guess we'll get Dan. We're not usually in our intake period now, so we don't have people really close to our security offices, but you look like you're close enough. I'm going to grab Alex Ansley and bring him in here. Take a look. Yep. Look at this. This place is so dangerous. So dangerous. And you guys get to play with this once this is over with. I'm uploading this to the Steam Workshop as soon as it's done being built. As soon as this part right here has all the buildings in and there are prisoners moved in. Easy. Easy. Riling the prisoners up. That's what it said. All right, we have our informant. So let's make sure we don't have anybody who's like a cop killer or anything like that. Or like, I don't know, not really. I don't really care about the cop killers, to be honest, but the people who are snitches, ex-law enforcement. All right, I think we're good there. Yeah. Also, hats off to the guy who, in the comments, I forget who it is off the top of my head, but thank you for letting me know about this little button right here, the status, because otherwise, every time I mouse over this, it'll move my camera, and I didn't like that. So if I can click, this little button right here, as long as there's no prisoner directly underneath it. And then I don't have to worry about that. So, good tips. Nice, good tips. Yeah, these guys, there are some gang members in the suburbs. There are some, you know. But, like, they're spread out. They're not causing any trouble. And as soon as they do cause trouble, they get sent back out of the suburbs, right? So, like, this guy, what's he got? All available cells are too high quality for this prisoner. Well, what's he doing over here then? I guess they can walk through here. I guess they can visit the suburbs. They just don't live here, which I still think that's probably good. You know, that's okay if they can. We need this to be a cell. And we need to have the deployment on that cell be MaxSec only. This common room should be MaxSec only. All this stuff really needs to be MaxSec only. Now, this is our duplex. And this is all done. It's just not made a cell yet. So, let's grab the rooms. Make these cells as well. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and make sure that these are MaxSec only. Cool. Cool. What was this going to be? I forget. I think I'm probably going to turn that into a laundry. Just got the general shape. Although, this is a pretty decent laundry for this area. I don't remember what I was going to do with that. Maybe this can be another security office. I don't know. I'm pretty sure this was going to be another duplex, I think. I didn't want them to be so close to the wall, but I think that might be what that ends up being. And then this material perimeter wall is currently in construction. It's just still queued. They haven't got on it yet. Well, let's get that done. Yep. Workshop's ready to go. These cells are getting ready to go. Pretty excited. The end of this prison is near. It's approaching. And I have a little bit of surprise for you guys. I have a surprise for you guys at the end of this. Because I know there are some people who well, I can't continue that sentence without probably giving away a spoiler. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to let you have it. I'm just going to say that there's a surprise at the end, and I've only told one person so far, so I guess it's not really that much of a secret, because you know what they say, two people can keep a secret if one of them is dead. But I think he'll keep a secret. I think he'll be fine. We are really low on guards. Despite having almost 400 in the prison, we are really low. These guys are not getting taken care of. They're just not. And I don't think these prisoners have been dropped off yet. All right, we've really got to get on it. We've really got to get on exports. This has to happen. So I'm going to stop building things. I'm going to let this run. I'm going to let my workmen get on doing what they need to do with exports so we can get these trucks out of here. Some of them are moving now. That's good. But we still have a problem with guards not being available, right? We're at the very tippy limit of what we can really achieve here with this. So as much as I hate to do it, I need more. So here we go. Let's just keep hitting them until we get this to be like white all the time. Now it's just 2 and 1. We have 390 now. 2 are free. 1 is free. All right, we need a couple more then. Yep. Okay, I think we're good now. Still have 0. At least they're gonna get on the tasks, right? At least as long as they get on it, I'm all right with it. Let's add a few more and call it good. As long as they get their work done in a reasonable time frame, I'm okay with it. So this building here is like, I had to lay a foundation like 6 different ways here because it simply will not build. I'm not sure what this is. It won't finish. I'm gonna have to demolish the whole thing and try again, but it's just one cell. It's similar to this one, but this one finished with no problems. Let's grab a bed. Can we get a bed? Thank you. How about we go... Should I go this way? Yeah, I probably should go that way. So let's go there. We'll add a window next to the bed. We'll put the... Nope. Put the shower here. Next to the door, along with the radiator. Then we'll put the toilet against the wall there, I guess. I don't really like it near the light. Yeah, I don't want another next to the light. Let's just put it there. Then, next to the light, we can put a radio, I think. Probably is fine. Yeah, it's probably fine. Bookshelf next to the bed. Let's have a television. Actually, all right. Let's move the toilet and put the toilet here. We'll put the television here, and we'll stick the chair here. Now you can use the chair if they want to listen to the radio. It's right close by. They can use the chair if they want to read. It's right close by, and they're right in front of the television. They can also see the television from their bed. So that all works out really nicely. And then we'll stick the toilet like that or something. It's fine. Let's give this the mosaic floor. Like this. There we go. Okay. Well, I need to let this play on so we can get this exports done. We can get all this stuff built. And we have lots of, like, we're backed up quite a bit. So I'm actually going to close down intake for now. Just until we get all these cars cleared out. I don't want prisoners waiting around and all that stuff. Guards are looking good now. They are not completely... They have a little bit of free time, I guess, now. We do have some people staying in the holding cells. That's good. I think we're in good shape. Yeah, I got a couple people sleeping in here. Okay, cool. I think that's where I'm going to leave this episode, guys. We're getting close to the end. And when we come back, I'm going to have all this truck situation is going to be sorted out. Every building that's currently built will have a purpose. I'm going to put my foot down and make sure that happens now. This will probably get rebuilt. This is going to need an entrance, but this will have a purpose and get rebuilt. This will probably be turned into another duplex. Maybe even one. Let's see. How does this work? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I can do 3 cells. A triplex? Triplex? Probably. Something like that. I don't know. As long as the doors still go outside, it doesn't break the rule. And let's see. I think that's pretty much it. That stuff and then all this stuff here. And then I'm going to have plans or maybe even start it. Phone booth there. Have plans or maybe even start it to construct the rest of the stuff that's around here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do along this edge. I'm kind of thinking what I'm going to do along this edge is just put a bunch of grass in and then just put a bunch of trees in. The only problem I have with that is that all the trees will look the same. I don't really want that, but maybe. Might put another like medical facility here. Do I have a hospital? Yeah, I have one here. That's probably fine. That's a good enough hospital for this area. This was supposed to be a staff room, right? 1, 2, 3. No, what was this supposed to be? Was this supposed to be a staff room? Did I just make this too small? I'm at 5 by 5. I guess 5 by 5 makes it 3 by 3. Well, no shit, Charlie. Okay. Well, let's expand this. It's too small. We'll get a 4 by 4 on that. That'll be fine. My bad. This one right down here will be okay, though, right? Yeah. This is fine. This is a 4 by 4. 5 by 4. This needs an entrance. This is our armory. So we're going to put a solitary... I think a remote door on this, actually. Or... Yeah, no, we're going to put a remote door on this. I don't want anyone breaking in. Let's get some power hooked up to all of that as well. And then we're going to need another door servo there. So we'll get that being prioritized because I want that stuff set up and ready to go. And then inside this room, as soon as it gets built, inside the room we can put in the... where is it? Armory stuff. There it is. No, that's a basketball locker. Guard locker. Here's what. Put the guard lockers in, put the weapon rack in, and paint the floor, get the flooring done, and then this is ready to go. And this guy's got this. The sniper will have a nice quick way to get to an armory and back without having to walk through the whole prison. Of course, it's entirely dependent on whether or not he actually paths to the nearest armory or whether or not he just chooses a random one and walks to it. I don't know exactly what he'll do with that, but that's we've got that happening. So it's been fun, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.